Hey, how's it going, fellow INFJ folk? Alright, so I just figured something out, sorta. Well, it's not really figuring something out. It's just that I heard something. It was a study done by psychologists, and it refers to the issue. I don't know if I brought that issue up on here, but the issue that I was having was being like short fused. And I was wondering why I was so short fused all the time. And it was like, to a point, it was like really ridiculous. And like, I'll get so frustrated over things. And when it would be happening, I'll be thinking as well, like, oh, God, this is not that serious. Like, chill out. Like, hey, you'll get through it. Oh, bro, quit it. You're all right. You know, I was busy doing all of that type of stuff in my mind, but I couldn't control it. And like, I know the whole emotional regulation and how to bring it down, because I would never take out this frustration or annoyance on others. Sorry, I'm in a car wash right now. I just thought it'd be a good time to sit and tell. It's a free time. All right. Anyway, so like, I do that emotional regulation, but I don't take it out on people. And it's just in these cases where it's uncontrollable, and I don't know why. And like, there's different scenarios where it happens, and like, I used to never be like that. But the psychologists, or these psychologists, did this study. I don't know the specific study because I was listening to NPR. You know, I've been listening to NPR lately, especially during this political thing and this political time, because like, yeah, there's biases on both sides, but I think NPR just gives more information and allows you to process the information on your own. And they do share both sides of the spectrum, the biases, you know. So they had this person come on, and it was just talking about scientists and people who are analysts tend to be the most frustrated and short fused. Like, so that's where you get the term mad scientist. That's where you get to where like, when you watch all these analysts on TV or whatever, sports analysts and everything else, because they analyze it, that's their job, or that's what they do very well. They look and they search and they see the details, and because people are making other judgments otherwise just off of what they see. And when these are trained people who analyze and look for the details and look for different, you know what I'm saying, they do all of this, and it frustrates them because people don't acknowledge their work and think they can overlook them, you know. And I think that's like really how INFJs are. And so I don't know if you come to that point in your life, or if you have gotten through it, or if you feel like you're coming to that point. I know it was just a good understanding for me to hear that, and like, okay, I can see that's what's going on with me, because I feel like I'm a good-hearted person, got good intentions. Let me pause this. I'm going through the dryer. All right, I'm out. It always feels good to get a car wash, right? You know, the smell and the cleanliness. It's another form of therapy, right? Do you agree with that? Like, there's all forms of therapy, you know. And that's a small little form of therapy. Like, oh my God, yay, my car looks nice and clean. But so back to it, like, finishing up. Yeah, it's just a good understanding to hear that aspect of what I'm probably going through, because that's what I feel like it is. I delve so much into analyzing things all the time, and us as INFJs, like, we constantly analyze ourselves and see our own contradictions and get frustrated by our own contradictions, and then we see the contradictions going on in the political spectrum, and the contradictions going on in movements and all these other things, and like we see past the good intentions and empathizing, and see like, well, you can't do this because this is what you're doing and this is what you're really saying, and it's just comes through all that self-reflecting, and that's for me. I don't know I can't say it's for others, but that's where I feel that it comes from, and my frustration, because it's also a good thing when I do see it, then I check myself. I'm like, all right, I can't go this way. I can't think or talk this way, because then I will be being hypocritical, which is what I'm trying to point out on other people. So it's a check in my own self as well. So I think that's what that study is, where it's looking at people who are so analytical, like they did all the checks and balances, and they analyzed it multiple times and looked over it multiple times, and they look at the incorrectness and try and correct it. And so they do all of this in their mind, and however they analyze it, and whichever way it works best for them. So they do this, and that's where the frustration comes from. It's like, oh my God, please, like, you gotta understand this. I wish you could do this. I wish you'd take the time. I wish you'd understand. I wish you'd see past this trick that people are placing in front of you. I wish this. Why can't you just do this? All of this questioning that you do onto yourself, and you wish other people would do that and look past it and work through it, and try to get to a place of understanding, and where the equation comes to the equalization, where everything balances out. Like, all right, like, yeah, there has to be this and that, but also you got to get to this point of balance. And that's a thing that I think a lot of INFJs have, is like, where we have to come to that balance. And the frustrating part is we wish other people were like that and would do that. And we feel that it's just like, we take the time to do it, and it's frustrating and it's hard. But if you want to be a good human being, and you want to understand the misunderstood, and you want everyone to be accepted and all of this other stuff, you would take the time to do it. And I don't know, there's more and more things that I could delve into where it plays out as an examples going on in my life, but I really don't think you want to hear it, and I really want to get into that, because then it'll fall into that part of like, oh yeah, no one really wants to hear what I want to say, you know how that goes. But yeah, so if you understand this, relate to this, or if it is brings some clarity that it has brought to me, leave a comment down below, like the video. I appreciate that. It's a reflection, or it's just an acknowledgement that people understand and agree, or whatever, acknowledge my voice and my sharing, as I try to do to others. So please do unto me. Hey, but yeah, this has been Comanche the INFJ, sharing a thought and some clarity that I have found recently. Thank ya. Live long and prosper. Sorry it's been such a long time to make another video, but yeah, been going through stuff. Okay, appreciate y'all. Have a great day.